It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Welcome, NBA fans, and you know who you are. Ernie Johnson here with you again, along with Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, for what is still a very new, a very fresh NBA season. In this game, we'll see the San Antonio Spurs going up against the New Orleans Pelicans. Well, for New Orleans, this is a big game coming up for them. They've dropped their first two games, and the last thing they want to do is open the season 0-3. That is not the way to tip things off.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. And it's time for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Brett Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us. And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, Pau Gasol is one of the real human.
A gentle giant, David, for sure. Thanks. Brent, just how important is it to develop habits and routines early in the season that will set up a team for success in the months to come?
Well, Kevin, the habits in the early part of the season aren't really habits. It's more expectations. It's the expectations of the coaching staff with the way you're going to come in every day, your mentality in practice, and then your acceptance of your role. That's what the season, and especially the early part of the season, is about.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So the Pelican 5 right now. Holiday and Hield team up in the backcourt. Davis and Asik working together down low. And it's Evans in at the 3 slot. Spurs on defense. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And you know what? Exactly what had to be done in terms of winning on the road. Never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Kept the crowd out of the game. And for every punch they took, they had a counter.
Oh, and they also took a few jabs, too, but as prolific as their offense was, there was no way they were going to be outscored in that one.
Yeah, there was definitely some contact there on the three-point attempt.
Well, Evans reestablishing himself over the past couple of seasons, a skilled combo guard with great handle.
And he nails the third. Last season, Tyreke Evans missed the first month or so after undergoing knee surgery, but Brent, he's bounced back pretty quickly.
Yeah, I don't think there's any such thing as minor surgery, Kevin, but they cleared out a little bit of scar tissue, and as the season has gone on, you've seen him be a little bit more fluid in his actions, and he's shown a little bit more confidence in that knee.
About 1 minute into the first quarter. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Leonard dishes to Green. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Here's Hield, guarded by Green. Here's Holiday, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Love the rhythm that Drew showed on that catch-and-shoot jumper.
Not a fast start here for the Spurs. 6-point game. Parker drives in. It's Gasol missing.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
Evans, a screen on Aldridge. Davis, the pass to Evans. And the 3 off target. For San Antonio, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. And Aldridge gets it to go on the assist by Gasol.
And what about the way Gasol sees the floor? So gifted at whipping the ball all over to the open man.
Hield kicks to Asik. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Holiday dishes to Davis. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Aldridge, the pass to Leonard. They get it back. Gasol kicks to Parker. Outside Aldridge. Parker outside. 6 to shoot. The Spurs rebound. Here's Gasol. Misses off the right iron. Pelicans leading by 6. It's Evans on the wing. Puts up a 3. Evans can't get that one to fall. San Antonio's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside.
Well, the unfortunate thing for the Pelicans franchise is that injuries has been a constant for them the past few years. It's hard to explain, and it's been a real buzzkill for a team that was expected to become a factor in the Western Conference.
Pass to Davis. Screen by Asik. And that one's good by Davis.
And really, you can't play defense on Anthony Davis better than that, but offense beats defense.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And the kind of injuries that the Pelicans have endured, Brent, would hamper any team, but it's only served to highlight their lack of depth.
Well, when you have the backup to the starter get hurt, I don't know where else you go. I mean, they brought in some D-League guys and tried out some free agents last year and gave them some shots at some 10 days to see if they could find something that was going to work. So they have to have the health, Kevin, before they're going to move forward, and we can even start to talk about secondary moves.
New Orleans leading by 6. Now Pondexter. 1:02 left here in the opening quarter. And Moore kicks to Pondexter. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
When you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
Here's Dedmon. That shot is off. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
They really did seem to lack the kind of intensity you need to play an effective team defense. The number of open looks they gave up was pretty shocking.
Got a piece of it. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Parker. Moore outside. Jones dishes to Moore. 1 second left. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we reached the end of the first quarter. Pelicans on top. They lead by 5. The second quarter comes. And a chance to hear from Tony Parker.
I always try to improve and get better.
And in Tony Parker's case, great is what he wanted to be and has been for a long time.
You know, that's great because that shows pops and why he's one of the best in the game. You got to be able to drive and motivate and also give the confidence. And that's what's happened with Tony Parker. Remember when he first came on the scene, it was not a cakewalk for him. He had his struggles, and now we're talking about a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. Guys, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, I just really love that they're playing with their hearts tonight, contesting shots, making their opponent work for every point.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Solomon Hill is out there with Davis. Then there's Quincy Pondexter. Then there's Terrence Jones. And it's Holiday in at the point. And the Spurs making a change here. Green's checked in. Hields checked in for the Pelicans. Jones with it. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Another shot. And the layup good by Hill.
I mean, the guy just flat out competes, incredibly aggressive on the offensive glass and the stick back. Well, with defenses so predicated on taking away threes and layups, the Spurs zigged while everyone else zagged. Got a bunch of mid-range shooters last season. It's a fail-safe strategy. They want three-pointers and layups, but if they can't get them, they've got the guys to knock down the in-between.
Holiday against Ginobili. Davis down low. The shot comes out.
Well, he's a great finisher around the rim, but some stellar defense there stopped that from happening.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. It's amazing to watch these NBA athletes competing every day. You and I get the lucky seat right there in front midcourt. Such size, such athleticism. It's intimidating. Who are the most intimidating players you think in the game today?
If you go to Detroit and you want to match up with number 0 there and Andre Drummond,
look out.
You're in for a long night.
Harness yourself in.
The way that he can patrol the middle, Kevin, and the way he's relentless at coming at the offensive glass and the defensive glass all game long, I'm really interested in the development of Andre Drummond as the centerpiece, figuratively and literally, for the Detroit Pistons.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. Evans has got the lead up to 9 now for the Pelicans.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Green kicks to Ginobili. Leonard on the wing. It's stolen by Davis. And here we go. Fast break. Evans has got it. A different look now for San Antonio. Gasol comes in for David Lee. And it's LaMarcus Aldridge in for Bertans. Evans against Leonard. And Asha kicks to Davis. Clock at 6. Back to Holiday. Tries a 3. They get it back. Feeds it to Hield. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Hield's got 5 now.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And you love the story of Buddy Hield. Grew up in a very rough neighborhood off 8 Mile Rock in the Bahamas, the 5th of 7 children, a very humble upbringing. He made his own basketball hoops out of plywood and plastic crates when he was a kid.
Aldridge, the pass to Gasol. Back to Aldridge. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Davis. And the story for Buddy Hield, one of hard work and overcoming adversity. He seems, Brett, like a great fit for New Orleans.
You know, for them to go out and get a ready-made shooter and scorer on the wing, who also has a bit of flair to himself and certainly some positivity, Hield checks a lot of boxes.
Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Anthony Davis. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Hield. And here's Leonard from 3. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Leonard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Moore kicks to Holiday. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Holiday with another miss.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
And good defenders know it's about angles, got great position, and really bothered the release point.
New Orleans leading by 7. 1:06 left to play here in the half. Here's Evans. San Antonio with the rebound. Right side Gasol. And Aldridge the basket on the assist by Gasol. And it's 8 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
There's that 7'5" wingspan coming into play. Aldridge easily making that look inside.
Moore dishes to Holiday. And again, no good by New Orleans.
He just doesn't seem to be himself shooting the ball right now, guys. Just looks a tad bit uneasy, and that's affecting the result.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
For New Orleans, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game. And some changes here for the Spurs. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Gasol. Kyle Anderson comes in for Leonard. And Parker subbed in for Green. And then for New Orleans, Terrence Jones has checked in for Asha. Solomon Hill comes in for Tyreek Evans. And it's Pondexter in for Drew Holiday. Hill against Anderson. Back to Parker. Fires the three. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
While Parker does not take many threes, when he does, you just have a feeling it's going in.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment going to be?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in warm-up. So we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
I have never heard anyone say it starts in warm-ups until now. Thanks, AD. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time to review the first half of action. A pretty close game for the Spurs throughout the first quarter. They never got too far behind as their largest deficit in the period was 8. Things finally started to click for them in the second quarter as they battled all the way back to tie this game up at the break. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, those second chance points are huge, and they only came because of their effort. Their work on the offensive glass is what's keeping them in the game. They definitely should try to continue to stay tough on the glass. It's been key so far.
A spectacular aerial shot of downtown San Antonio, Texas, the Tower Life Building, front and center. We welcome you back. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Nice game. Great performance by LaMarcus Aldridge.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
Might also look at the coach and his game plan in terms of trying to find those good looks. They'll be looking to do the same here down the stretch.
The Pelicans shooting 43% for the game. The defensive duo of Green and Leonard make up the perimeter. Aldridge out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Parker in at the 1. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs.
And Greg Popovich of the Spurs, a 3-time Coach of the Year, could have been many more times. And you can count the rings. No question, when it's all said and done, he'll be in the Hall of Fame and in the pantheon of legendary coaches.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
That took a lot of energy just trying to even things up. We'll see if they have enough left in the tank to finish the job.
Holiday against Aldridge. Here's Davis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Davis has got 6.
Defense maybe got away with a foul there, but AD too good for their best efforts with that shot.
Stolen by Holiday. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Soft touch off the glass.
They're playing with a huge bit of confidence and some fire here. They've recorded 3 in a row here, guys.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Greg Popovich has set the standard with more than 1,500 career victories. Last season, he set the record with his 18th 50-win season, passing Pat Riley and Phil Jackson. Pop told us that I've been here a long time and I've had good players. That's the formula. Getting the players is difficult. I've been fortunate to have good ones. Guys, he's no glory hound. He knows what makes success.
No, but he can take a lot of the credit regardless, D.A. Thanks. Lee's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, watching Hield shoot is quite astonishing. He does a great job of establishing his feet as a foundation for his three-point shot.
Leonard kicks to Parker. Spurs working the ball around now. Dishes to Leonard. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. Outside, Green. from downtown, bangs home the trifecta. Green's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 of 4 to start this half. Offensively, they've been great.
And the challenge for any superstar talent like Anthony Davis, surround that player with the right pieces and contend or risk losing it.
Well, we've seen this play out before, Kevin, in Minnesota recently with Kevin Love, or even we go back to Chris Paul before he went to the Clippers. The clock might be ticking for the Pelicans, trying to build a supporting cast around the Browns.
Bertanis, he's checked in for Pau Gasol. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Lee against Ashit. It's Davis on the wing. He's got 6. Rebound by Tony Parker.
And that was a difficult shot from mid-range simply because the defense was engaged.
And good defenders know it's about angles. Got great position and really bothered the release point.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Pondexter, the pass to Davis. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for New Orleans. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Parker kicks to Lee. To the middle, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. With a pause in the action, let's show you the teams that were best from the line last season. The Spurs second.
This was a good group of free throw shooters last year, something they really worked on in practice. And sometimes that's the coaches calling for it, and oftentimes the players doing it by themselves.
For New Orleans, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. And Davis puts it in. You played for, what was it, 6 different teams over your terrific career. We're seeing less and less players remain on the same team for their entire career. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing for the game of basketball?
I think it's a thing that just can't be avoided nowadays with the way the contracts and free agency are set up and the way the teams like to maneuver around. One of the things, Kevin, I think that's taken effect is a quick trigger from a lot of the younger owners that the NBA has where they don't have immediate success. They're not willing to go the patient route and wait for guys to develop, wait for guys to see their talent and come to fruition with the team that they're with. And so you'll continue to see plenty of player movement as the league moves on.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Well, a tough year for Danny Green in 2015-16, the worst shooting numbers since his rookie season in the league. I expect a bounce back from him at some point. He's too good to not let that happen.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Lee. Kyle Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ginobili in for Daniel Green. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Asha. Terrence Jones comes in for Anthony Davis. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for Hield. And Moore subbed in for Tyreek Evans. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. Moore against Parker. A shot. No good from Moore. And Brent, after signing that 4-year, $40 million contract, a lot of people thought Green left a lot of money on the table.
Well, given his play last season, he played a bit down to the contract, if there is such a thing. I think it's a blip. With LaMarcus Aldridge joining the team and Kawhi Leonard feeling himself out, Danny Green will get back in that slot quickly.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Dedmon dishes to Parker. The pass to Bertans for the lead. The shot missing. Hill with some nice D.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
For New Orleans, they have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
6 seconds left to play in the third. There's Parker with the three, and he drains the three, but let's see, they may need to review it. I'm not sure the ball was out of his hand in time. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
And they've taken a look at it,
For
and
the basket,
they've overturned the call. They've overturned the call. They're calling the basket good, Greg.
Yeah, and that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls. And really a good job to take the second look at it. Would have been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Spurs shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Quincy Pondexter out there with Etuan Moore. Then there's Solomon Hill. Then there's Davis. And it's Jones in at the 5. Anderson passes to Aldridge. Shot clock at 6. Parker outside to take the lead. The Spurs rebound. Anderson kicks to Aldridge. It's Anderson with the drive. Dedmon. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Dedmon's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Spurs. To the paint. Here's Jones. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jones has got it all tied up now for the Pelicans.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
It's stolen by Hill. Moore in the corner, beyond the arc. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
Parker kicks to Dedmon. Back to Parker. Ginobili right side. And Davis sends it back.
Love that D from Davis. Rises up and swats that shot away.
Pondexter no good.
Ill-advised shot there.
And he knows it. Got locked into scoring mode. Couldn't pull it back.
New Orleans leading by 3. Down low. Kicks it out to Jones. Off target from outside.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Love to see the resolve from an offensive player after a disappointing first half. He's been terrific here in the second.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Even though Parker is slowing down a bit because of his age, the Spurs are looking more and more to sort of hide him on defense, cross-match him with guys. There's no doubt, though, that experience and veteran savvy is still something they'll lean on the offensive end.
Pau Gasol, he's checked in for San Antonio. Leonard comes in for Anderson. New Orleans also making some changes. Omer Ash, he's checked in for Jones. Hield comes in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's Holiday in for Moore. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I got a chance to find out what Alvin Gentry talked about with his players, and he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
That's tipped. Now here's Hield. Just 5 to shoot. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Ginobili. And as Parker loses a little of that blinding speed, we see a few less layups, a few more of his trademark floaters.
And even, Kevin, some extended range there from the three-point line. He's made that shot a bigger part of his arsenal. They seek him out in the corners, much like Jason Kidd did in Dallas in the later part of his career.
And the Pelicans miss again. Here's San Antonio now. They've got an 8-0 run. And here we go. Holiday heading to the hoop. Finished off the break.
And you have to love how Holiday came up big with the shot. That's the kind of leadership you want to see from him.
Parker dishes to Aldridge. Inside. A reverse. Rebound Asik. Asik's got 4 rebounds now tonight. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Davis. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight. San Antonio leading. Aldridge left side. And finished off by Gasol.
And Gasol is someone you turn to in these situations. Need a big basket, he's ready to go.
For New Orleans, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth, 4 of 9. Here's Asik, and he makes good on the layup.
That's a great job for Asik in a key situation to step up and score.
San Antonio's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Parker double teamed out to the right wing. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Hield. And so the ball's out of bounds. Ginobili touched it last. Evans, he's checked in for Solomon Hill. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. They're losing by 1. There's 47 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Davis, the pass to Holiday. And here is Parker. Outside Aldridge. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Clock at 6. Ginobili with the 3. Knocks down the 3.
Oh, that's the shot of the game.
You want to talk about clutch.
24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
19 seconds left in the game. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Shooting for San Antonio, Tony Parker. Taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
And Parker just so skilled at marching his way to the stripe. He just has an endless amount of cunning moves that consistently frustrate the opposition. Perfectly done at the stripe there. That brings their lead up to an even more comfortable level.
17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
And they still got a little time to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul would make things interesting.
Definitely. Everything has to happen perfectly just to give them a chance.
Shooting for San Antonio, Daniel Reed.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
A relatively rare trip to the free throw line for Green, averaging just 1 attempt per game over the course of his career.
So he gets them both, and it's an 8-point game. Kicks it to Ajinça. To the inside. Pondexter from outside. Outside, Jones. And so it's San Antonio with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, pal. Congrats on the win. Big performance defensively tonight. How important is that to your success?
Well, defense got to be always our motor. You know, if we get some stops, we're doing a good job defensively, everything will be okay from that point on. So we just got to continue to emphasize our defense.
You know, you work on that a lot in practice, and it showed tonight, pal. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson, along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. It is time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tony Parker. Clearly, his years of experience paid huge dividends this evening. The veteran leadership, the confidence he brings, all key factors in this game. Shaq, your thoughts?
Everything they do revolves around Tony Parker, and he came through in the best way possible. This guy took care of business. Having Tony at the point gives team a great security blanket.
Put up double digits from beyond the arc. And of course, that stretched the defense, opened things up for his teammates, a big part of their success tonight.
That's going to do it for our broadcast tonight. We certainly hope you've enjoyed the show, don't we, guys?
It was great.
Yeah. Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and for Kevin Harlan and the entire 2K Sports crew. All 653,000 of them.
Yeah.
Hard working.
A lot of people.
The long line at the buffet, though.
Yeah. Shout out to the T-Pose, man.
Oh,
I don't know his name, but I know his face.
I'm Ernie Johnson. See you next time.